What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today, we're going to be checking out my $700 Hyundai Accent. This little car came super cheap from Insurance Auto Auctions. It was a pedal car, meaning it was bought by a company that buys cars from people that just don't want them for mechanical damage or a slew of any other reasons, but a lot of times it is mechanical damage. We know the car runs because we fired it up in a previous video. We don't know if it drives. We don't know if it's going to be able to make the 10-mile run or not, but I figured, hey, for 700 bucks, let's find out. So in case you're new here, I figured I'd just give you a really quick tour of the cars I have on the property. This is an 11,000-mile 1997 Ford Mustang Cobra. Over here, we've got a pretty rare one. This is the big block Chevy Avalanche two-wheel drive Vortec 8.1. This thing is an absolute monster. Over here, we have a Chrysler Prowler. I almost called it a Plymouth. Chrysler Prowler. I don't remember what year this is, but this is the last year of the Prowler. And instead of being a Plymouth Prowler, they destroyed Plymouth and they called it a Chrysler. Sitting next to that is 2011, I think, Dodge Charger RT. It's two-wheel drive, Hemi. Next to that, a 1957 Chevy Bel Air. And then we've got a 1970 International Harvester. This is a D1000 pickup truck. We've got a 2006 Dodge Ram SRT10. This is the V10 Viper truck right here. We've got what I think is a 2007, 8, 9, something, Saab 9.3 Aero. We have a 96 Chevy Camaro Z28 LT1 T-Tops 6-speed on airbags. We've got my daily driver, one of my favorite trucks of all time. This is my 2007 Cadillac Escalade 6.2 all-wheel drive. And I don't think I can fit through here, so let's climb over it. Next to that is something I just got, a little 2006 Mazda MX-5 Miata, super rare, only, I don't know how many of these were, well, it's locked. There are only like 300 or 400 of these ever made in the United States. This is a super limited edition model. And then today's star of the show is, I think this is a 2006 Hyundai Accent. We're gonna find out about this here in a minute. 2000-ish, 5-something BMW 545i. And over here is a 2007 or so Ford Mustang convertible. And we've got a 2009 Cadillac DTS. And then, last but not least, I do believe this is a 2006 BMW 650i. And if we walk into the shop, you will see we have a 1994 Chevrolet Corvette. Super low mile car, flood car, that we are trying to finish resurrecting on the channel. Beautiful old car. It's come a long way. Still got a little ways to go. Over here, we have a Plymouth Barracuda. Beautiful. I don't know what color that is. Seaside green or something like that. I mean, it is an absolutely magnificent color. Beautiful car. And I have a 2024 Dodge Charger electric Scat Pack. I also have a 2023 Ford Mustang GT. And here in just a moment, any minute now actually, they should be delivering my new to me 2021 Chevy Suburban. And if you're wondering where Monkey Wrench Mike's, what is it? The Maserati, the Miserabili is at. It's hiding under a tree over there. I'm trying to protect it as best I can. The window, I keep having to move the car to mow, and it's become a real hassle because that window doesn't go down, so I have to tape it all up, and then I have to untape it, or I have to crawl across the car. It's a pain. So I pushed it way back under there. It doesn't even want to drive itself anymore. Like, the car is totally just like falling apart. I pushed it under the tree, and I left it there, and I'll just end up mowing around it from now on because I don't want to mess with it anymore. All right, the star of the show. It's got power. It's a good start. Tires are decent. We didn't pay very much for this car, but you're not getting a whole lot of car either. Severely hail damaged, guys, and a little break in the lens for the taillight here. Not a big deal. This isn't going to hurt anything. I mean, unless somebody walks by and cuts themselves on it. If it were me, I'd probably just do like this because it's about to, yeah, there we go. Look. There, we fixed it. I would just leave it like that. That actually looks better. That whatever, man. It's a rough little car. It's an old car. This one is, it's a 2007. Let's fire it up. Let's see how it runs. 108,000 miles on the odometer. Airbag light came on immediately. Ooh, it is hot in here. Wow. Somebody was nice enough to scrape the Pike Pass sticker off and just leave it all over the interior of the car. So that's nice. It's a little sticky in here. Steering feels good. I hate that ding, super annoying ding. Let's roll these windows down. This is something that I think the AC might work on if we can charge it up. So here's what I want to do. I want to take this over to the shop. All right. I've got cars in there right now. We're going to take it over to the shop though. We're going to grab some Freon. Let's adjust this. Let's see if we can't throw a little bit of Freon in it. And maybe we can bring the AC in this thing back to life. So far, so good though, guys. This little car, it may not, yeah, shut up. I'm not putting my seatbelt on to go around the corner. The little car may not look like much. And again, I don't know if it has a transmission or not. We're gonna find that out here in just a minute. But if we could get the AC fixed in this, man, you wanna talk about a great little car. Beater with a heater and an air conditioner? Are you kidding me? This thing could be an absolute steal of a deal. Very cheap car. Unfortunately, with all the feet. Ooh, why is she revving up to 2,000 RPM? Easy does it, man. What I was going to say is $775 was my winning bid for this car, but it was almost $1,500 out the door. It's one of those things where if you weren't having to pay such high fees, these things would be such a bargain. I still think for around $1,500, it's not a bad deal. It's just no longer the great deal that it could have been if instead of severe fees we were paying something like, you know, a 10% buyer's premium like most auctions. But that's not the way these things go. So we have a low side port right here. This is what I'm going to be looking for. I'm going to go grab a little bit of Freon and a tool. We're going to see if we can't get this thing to suck down a little bit of air conditioning. Who knows, maybe this thing will pop right back to life. All right, so here we go. Max AC, turn it all the way on. Maximum cool. It is not doing anything. However, it looks like she's full of Freon. So that's a little concerning. Is it possible that somebody's bypassed the air conditioning? They've removed the belt. Actually, the compressor is working. Yeah, the compressor is actually working. I can see it spinning. The belt is on, the clutch is working. So the AC is running. Unfortunately, it is way overcharged. And it doesn't seem to be cycling. Now I know with it on max AC, it's not going to cycle as much, but it should still cycle at some point. So this thing is just steady. The compressor's just steady running. Interesting. And guess what? It's not even getting cool to the touch. Not at all. So with it running, with the compressor spinning, this thing should not have that much Freon in it. So most likely, we probably have a clog in the system somewhere. And that's just the way it is. Wow, yeah, there's a bit in there, guys. I don't think I want to mess with this. Definitely going to end up making things worse. So let's forget air conditioning on this one, and let's just take it for a ride and see what it does. I'll tell you something that I just thought about, just realized, and that is the cooling fans aren't running. We've got air conditioning running full blast with no cooling fans, and I heard the compressor turn off. So the compressor is working without cooling fans, guys. The air conditioner is going to be crazy hot. So we've got something going on with the cooling fans there. I do know that they work because when this car was running before, the cooling fan came on when it was up to temperature. So why don't we buckle up? Let's take this thing on its first drive, and I'd be willing to bet money that once we get her up to speed and we're moving, I bet the AC cools down some. All right, here we go. Let's take her for her maiden voyage. We are going to attempt to do the 10-mile run. This thing runs so good. Only warning light on the dash is the airbag light. I mean, it really runs great, guys. I have to assume, this being a pedal car, that maybe the transmission is out on her. That's my guess, is we're not gonna have a gear or something. I think this is a, oh, easy. I think this is a 3-speed, no overdrive. Let's see if it shifts. Shifted. Is it gonna shift again? It did, it shifted again. We're already doing almost 40. And it, yes, this doesn't have cruise control. This doesn't have really any options. Yeah, guys, I think the transmission's good. I think the transmission's good. No way. I thought for sure this thing was gonna have a fried transmission. And it's riding great. Steering wheel is straight. Look at this. We're not even going out of our lane. Well, now we are. The interior, although dirty, smells good. We're gonna get it up to speed here because the speed limit's about to go up to 65. And we'll find out pretty quick. Let's give it a little gas. There we go, downshifted properly, shifted, and we are doing 65, shifted again. We have all of our gears, guys. We're doing 70. We're doing 70. In the little cracker box on wheels. Little Hyundai Accent, man. No kidding. Okay. Listen, I stand by it. It's a great little car. The suspension feels good, even though it's a little windy in here. We don't have any clunks or creaks in the suspension. This is not a bad little commuter car, and I'll bet it gets excellent gas mileage. Why don't we turn on the AC and let's see with some wind moving through here if we get any kind of cold air conditioning. So I cranked up the air conditioning to max. It's all the way up and it's all the way cold. Recirculate is on, and unfortunately AC is still hot. Like it's very, very warm. This is just not working. It's not working. So there's something else going on with the air conditioning. Look, beggars can't be choosers, man. It's a cheap old bucket of a car. Seems like it's solid. It's got to be warmed up by now, and it's still downshifting properly, upshifting properly. Has no issue going up the hills, going down the hills. Surprisingly, no vibrations. I really thought we'd at least have a steering wheel doing this number or something. Let's hit the brakes and see if anything vibrates. No, nice and smooth, slowing down as well. You know, this is just proof that you can't judge a book by its cover. Most people would probably look at this car and they would walk right on by it because it's rough. It's rough. I'll be the first to admit that. But at the end of the day, she's a rock solid little runner, man. And maybe the heater works. We shouldn't count our chickens before they hatch, right? Let's see if the heat works. Oh yeah, heat is super freaking on. Wow. Let's turn that off. We don't need heat today. All right, so as I said earlier, it's my little beater with a heater. It's got a great working heater. Seems to be running down the road just fine. I'm not going to keep this. I have no intentions of doing anything to this car, guys. It's just, this car is not worth it. This is a great car for somebody that just needs something to drive, and that's it. This is not something that's worth spending a bunch of money on. This is one of those cars when you buy it, I mean, change your oil, try to maintain the car, right? But aside from that, don't go spending any money on the thing if you don't have to. Drive it until the wheels fall off. My uncle used to call Hyundais and Kias disposable cars. I was really young when he said that. He worked for a Chevrolet dealership, and he was always driving a nice car, lived in a big, nice house, and he's like, yeah, those Kias and Hyundais are junk. They're just disposable, throwaway cars. And I was like, damn, I'll take one. I wasn't doing very well. Like, I'll take a disposable car any day. I think this kind of goes to show that maybe he was wrong about Kia and Hyundai. I can't speak on the cars that they're manufacturing right now today, but I think some of these older Hyundais and Kias were actually really solid, reliable cars. This thing is proof. It's got over 100,000 miles on it. It's an automatic, and everything works aside from the airbags and the air conditioning. I don't know about you, but when I hear the term disposable car, I'm not thinking about a car that can make it to 100,000 miles, right? Like a disposable car to me is like, I don't know, you might be lucky to get 60, 70,000 miles out of it, and down the road it goes. Let's hop out. You know, we gotta check under the, oh, that annoying ding. If I could find it, I would rip it out, man. Oh, whoa, there's a credit card in here. Hold on. I didn't expect that. Hopefully I didn't show that on camera. If I did, I'll have to delete it. Oh, it's, never mind. It's a prepaid plasma card for blood donations. And then what do we got here? We got a remote control for the stereo. That's kind of cool. And in the glove box, oh, wow. Oh, I didn't even notice this came with a license plate. And the glove box is jam-packed full. What is all of this? Are these receipts? This is all receipts for tires. Yep. Oh, somebody maintained it. Oklahoma State. What is this for? Oil changes and stuff. Yeah, Walmart. Yep. Oh, we're gonna put all this back, I think. Let's put all this back in here. Let's put that license plate back over there. And let's just continue with popping the hood. I didn't even check the oil or anything on this, man. We just hopped in this damn thing and hit the road. Ooh, I hear a little ticking. You guys hear that? Why are you ticking? Why are we ticking? No. Listen now, we're not going to start with any of that, all right? I was just bragging on how good of a car you were. And you sitting here ticking like you got something going wrong here. It's got oil. I don't know how much because it's running, but she's definitely got oil. Good pressure on the cooling system. Battery is from 2024. Definitely a little, oh, just making sure it's closed. Definitely a little tappy on the motor there, right? Nothing that I'd be too concerned about. Let's give it a little rev and see what it sounds like. She's a little chattery. But, you know, maybe it just doesn't have any oil in it. It might be, oh boy. Why didn't I check the oil in this thing before we left? Yeah, that wasn't too bright, guys. I'll be first to admit, that wasn't too bright. I didn't put a plate on it either. Look, you even get a tow hitch, man. If you want to tow your garden tractor, you could do it with this little car. You know, it's kind of cute, I think. I like it. Needs a door handle. I don't know, however this piece is supposed to go on. Something's not right with it there. It broke off or fell off. Can we open the door from the... Oh no, is the door handle missing here too? It is. The door handle's missing on the inside too. So you might as well buy both. Fix them both at the same time. Still works. You just got to kind of, you know, grab it like that, but it does still work. Let's scoot this seat back some because it looks kind of weird. There we go. See, now it looks a little more normal. Hell, man. For a beater car, I'll tell you something. This may not be the type of car I'd really, you know, want to be out riding around and driving today. But I can promise you, back in the day, when I wasn't doing good, oh man, I'd have taken this in a heartbeat, man. Something with 4 wheels, 4 tires that runs and drives down the road. Yeah, I'd take this all day long. Well, from inside the car, I don't hear the chattering at all. Let's see if we'll do a little burnout. Yeah, she'll do a little burnout, won't she? All right, let's get her back to the Hacienda. Oh, yeah, I can hear it chattering now. Yeah, we'll be easy on her, guys. We should have checked the oil before we left. That's my bad. You know, it may not have cruise control, but it does have power windows, power locks, remote keyless entry, power mirrors, air conditioning. These aren't too bad. It's got intermittent wipers as well. You know, not too bad for an old car. I'm gonna be ginger with her. I'm gonna take it easy. We're gonna get back to the house, and I'm gonna check the oil, and hopefully we make it. I decided to go ahead and roll the windows up so we could see what kind of road noise this car makes, and it's surprisingly quiet in here. There's a little rattle, but that's coming from the license plate rattling in the door there. But aside from that, I would drive this car all day long, all day, every day. I mean, I'd like to find one maybe is in a little bit better shape, but I would not be embarrassed at all to drive something like this, man. It's a decent car, get you where you need to go, hopefully reliably. Maintenance should be minimal on something like this. This is not a hard car to work on. Parts are readily available for it. Not bad at all, guys. I don't know, what do you think for... Okay, $775 is what I paid for it, but let's be real, it was closer to $1,500 out the door. What do you guys think? Was it a deal? Was it average? Or did I get screwed? I guess you'd really have to just look around and see what is out there for $1,500 that runs and drives, and even though the car is a lot beat up, it's important to remember that this car does have a clean title. I don't know if that means much on a car like this, but it's not salvaged. It's never been salvaged. It's not rebuilt or reconstructed or flooded or any of that stuff. It's just a plain Jane, clean, free, clear title. Well, I'm going to drive the rest of the way to the house, guys. So far, everything is still good. We don't have any oil lights on. That's always good. No oil warning lights. No warning lights at all, other than the airbag. She is cruising down the road just fine. I like it, guys. Let's see if it'll make it the rest of the way home. Well, it looks like she's going to make it home, which is always good. It's good for me. I'm sure you guys would like to see me stranded on the side of the road sometimes, but this is one of those cars that I bought sight unseen, meaning I never looked at it first. I simply saw it on the auction block and I was like, you know what? For this kind of money, why not, man? I'll take a risk on it. We can make a video. Let's pop the hood and see what she sounds like. Now, do we have an oil light or anything? No? No oil light. She's just a chattering, though. Let's shut her down. I'm going to go in the house and get a rag real quick, guys. And we're going to check that oil. I suspect it's low. If not, that's fine. I have had many cars, not Hyundais, but back in the day, the one I could think of specifically was my Eagle Talon, which is a Mitsubishi Eclipse. It's a really old one, like 91, 92. I think it was a second generation. It had a noisy top end, and that's why I got it so cheap. The people that owned it were terrified of it. Beautiful car, well, not this one. My Eagle Talon was a beautiful car, man. Paint and body was excellent. Interior is beautiful. Cold air conditioning. They got rid of it, though, because the engine sounded exactly like this, and I thought it was the, what do they call them? The valve lash adjusters, I think is what they call them on these. I thought, you know, maybe someone got clogged up or something. Oil pressure was good on it, so I put a whole new set of valve lash adjusters in it. The damn thing was still noisy. Top end of the engine covered in oil when it was running. I mean, it was getting good oil to the top. It was just a chattering engine. I never figured out why it chattered like that. But I can tell you this, I drove that car back and forth, Indiana and North Carolina, over and over again. That car never gave me any problem. So sometimes you get a car that's a little bit chattery, a little bit noisy. Not the end of the world, guys. As long as there's no metal in the oil, you're probably going to be fine. All right. Found a rag. That's gross. I don't even want to know what this was used for. I don't care. Today we're using it to check the oil. Let's pull the dipstick out to see. Let's see what we see in here, guys. All right, we got her good and wiped off. She's clean. If we're lucky, she's just a little low. Throw some oil in it, should be good as an, That's, okay, listen. You guys get on me all the time for not checking the fluids in my vehicles before I drive them. And normally I'm like, nah, man, they're all fine. No, that's not fine. There is only the slightest amount of oil on the tip of this dipstick. Let me go. What kind of oil does this even take? At this point, it doesn't even matter. It wants 5W20. I don't even know if I have any of that, but I'm going to go find some oil. We'll put some oil in it, and I would be willing to bet this engine quiets down immediately. Now, I don't need you guys lecturing me about checking oil, okay? Look, I've got Meyer motor oil, 5W30, that Monkey Wrench Mike and I picked up in Terre Haute, Indiana. I don't even remember what we bought this for. Bought it for something. Apparently, we didn't need it. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this thing up. I'm going to put the whole quart in it. I don't care if it's too much. Too much is better than not enough. And I bet it stops ticking and tapping when this thing is started back up again. Now, I know some of you are going to be real upset with me, and I apologize. I should have checked the fluids first. I should have. I know better. I got excited. I got a little carried away. With that said, I don't think we hurt anything. All right. I don't think the car is going to blow up. I don't think there's any problems. Remember, we did not get any type of an oil light on the dash. Nothing was screaming and complaining that we had low oil pressure. So let's put this back on. Let's do a quick check. I'm sure 1 quart was probably more than this thing needed. It probably doesn't hold but maybe 3.5, 4 quarts. Come on, get in there. Get in there. Let's see where it's at now. That is perfectly good. That is within the safe zone. It's almost full, not quite to the full mark, but it's close. So what do you guys think? When we fire it up, is it gonna stop ticking? Drop your comments below. Here we go. This car even has TPMS and it's working. No way. This car has TPMS? Check fuel cap, TPMS, overdrive. Oh, it does have overdrive. Check fuel cap. Oh, that didn't sound good. Hey. That didn't sound good. Well, there's a kitty cat. Hey, kitty cat. What are you doing? Huh. Man, I really thought that once we fired this thing up, that ticking noise is going to go away. I really did. I guess not. Let's check the transmission. See what the transmission fluid looks like. It is full, kind of a brown color. I don't know what color transmission fluid is supposed to be in an old Hyundai. Is it pink, brown, blue? Hard to say. Well, the engine doesn't sound any different than it did before. However, it is not misfiring or anything. It's running great. It runs like a damn sewing machine, man. Give you a little rev here. Yeah. The most important thing is when I hit the accelerator and let off abruptly, there's no rod knocks. That was my biggest concern when I started hearing that noise, is that as you tap on that accelerator, you hear the rod banging around the bottom. I don't hear that with this one. She's noisy. Just the way it is, man, you know? She's just noisy. Let me put this hood up here. It seems like as soon as the oil warms up, she just starts chattering. Now this could be maybe made a little bit better by changing the oil, putting some fresh oil and oil filter on. And if it were me, forget about 5W20, guys. I'd be going with like 1030. I think that'd be fine. 1030 might help quiet it down a little bit. Otherwise, still seems like a good little car. Let's shut her down. I don't like that it was hard to start. That's fine now. It was like when we first tried to start, it sounded like it was catching or something, hanging up. Right there, right there. Now I intentionally let off the starter. Let's try it again. Yeah, you hear that? Sounds like it's hanging up. It's maybe the starter's heat soaked. That's a possibility. Let's crank the air back on one more time. I'll give it. Oh, it's actually cold. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait. We got cold air out of nowhere? Wait, oh, no, there it goes. There it goes, there it goes. It was actually cold for like just a split second. Yeah, it's gone now. It's gone now. Well, anyway. Noisy little brat. I guess the only thing left to do is take the little car and put it back where we got it from. I was hoping that the Suburban was going to be here in this video so I could give you guys a sneak peek of that one. I'm really, really excited about it. I got it stupid cheap, clean title, but there's a catch. It was sold, just like most of these cars, sold on a red light, which means no guarantees, no warranties, nothing. If it shows up and the transmission's blown, well, that's too bad. If the engine's blown, that's also too bad. If the wheels fall off of it, too bad. Red light means there are no warranties at all expressed or implied. So I think a lot of people were scared of it. I got it, like I said, I got it incredibly cheap, guys. If you guys have seen the last couple videos, then you probably know how much I paid for it. That's cute. That's cute. All right, guys, I guess I'm going to get out of here. My question is, which one do we do next? Do we do the Mazda Miata? The 545. This one we found out just yesterday or the day before. We found out that this one's transmission seems to have some problems, so we may have to save that one for last. We've got the Mustang convertible. I'd love to see if we can drop the top, take this thing out for a ride. The Cadillac DTS. I love this car, man. It's too bad they quit making these old Cadillacs. I know they're notorious for problems with head gaskets, head bolts pulling out of the engines. Starters are a bear because they're under the intake manifold. I get it. There's a lot of reasons people don't like these. Transmissions, you know, can be a little finicky with these too. But I'm telling you, if you get into the later years, like this one, 09, once you get into these last years, man, they pretty much worked most of the bugs out on these cars. These can be wonderful, reliable cars, and Cadillac just doesn't make anything like this anymore. This is one of the last of the big, well, when I say big body, I'm talking modern big body, not old school. This is a small car compared to an old big body car, but this is the last of like the big full-size Cadillac cars. I know they have the CT5 and the CT6. They're just, it's not the same. And 3.6 liter V6s, it's not the same as having a nice 300 horsepower V8 under the hood. The sound of the engine when you fire it up and the exhaust when you smash on it and are going down the road, man. There's just something about a Cadillac that had a V8 engine in it and was a nice, big, cushy, comfortable car. I can't wait to do this video with you guys and find out if we got a deal on this one or not. And then the next one that I'm super excited about is trying to do the 10-mile run in the BMW 650i. I really, really like this car. I'm very excited to take this thing out and see what we can do with it. Maybe see if we can get the convertible top working. And I've also got the new taillight in. Once we get this taillight replaced, I'm going to try to get in here and pop this bumper back into place. I'll have to take the bolt off. It's probably somewhere back here. Somewhere right there. Get this thing off, try to push that back in, at least for now. And then depending on how it does on the drive, we'll determine if we put a new bumper on it. Try to make this thing, you know, look a little bit better, because cosmetically, the only real problems with it is the taillight, the bumper, and the grill, if I remember right. Yes, the grill is broken right here. So one of the kidney grills needs to be replaced. That's it. I mean, that's it, guys. That is nothing for us to fix over here. Well, do me a favor, ladies and gentlemen. If you enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up button and let me know. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already subscribed. Tell me which car you want to see next in the comments down below. And until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.